Hello everyone and welcome to Broadbeach Bowls Club for continuing action here at the 2026 Australian Open. It is day 10 and we have round of 128 action here in the men's pairs. It's going to be 18 ends of 3-bowl pairs and we have a fantastic match coming up for you. Clive Adams here. Connor, how are you, mate? Connor Munnings.
Thank you, Clive. Good to be here back at Club Broadbeach. Yesterday, big day at Helensvale.
It was a big day and some great bowls played, so I'm sure today will be no exception. We have the Malaysian duo of Muhammad Fikri bin Muhammad Hashim and Muhammad Idham Amin Ramlan, and they will be taking on Brett Hochkins and Chris Ryan from Victoria, and it is Fikri on the mat for Malaysia who gets us started with his yellow XGs, both of the Malaysians using XGs, and for the Victorians it's Dynamics for Brett Hochkins, who's on the mat right now. He's light blue, and the dark blue Greenmaster Premiers for Chris Ryan. So we've basically got black and yellow versus the two shades of blue. Connor, should be easy enough to keep track of, I think.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Both Fikri and Idham part of that Malaysian setup. We saw yesterday how deliberate they are with their delivery and how they attack the game.
Both players just settling in. They just get the up and back roll up. So no doubt the first couple of ends will just be found finding the speed. This is better from Fikri. He's going to travel past the jack, but handy in behind. Of course, yesterday we saw all the action at Club Helensvale. We were on the carpet surfaces there. Now we're back to these pristine greens here at Broadbeach. Green looks a treat. The usual thing is that it starts off that little bit slow and then builds up throughout the day. Gets that glassy look to it, and that's when it starts to run.
Yeah, well, we saw at the start of the tournament how quick it was running. We had that bit of rain a couple of days and it slowed down, but the last few days have been pretty nice.
I do think we've had a bit of rain overnight again. Most of the roads are wet.
It was a bit damp in the grass where we're setting up.
So I think we have had a little bit of moisture overnight. So that'll take a while just to drain its way out of the green. Now Fikri just needs to get past his own front one here when he's pumped into it. Brings it up sort of into the mix. And now Brett's still looking for a couple of feet on his second bowl. And once again, he's going to have to miss the front as well, but this is going to come a long way when he hits this. Well,
it's forming a bit of a wall out front in this end.
As the skippers go down, they're going to be looking for a way past, that's for sure.
Still plenty of room to draw on the backhand for right-handers, that is. You finish a couple of feet wide, you'll be shot.
And for the Malaysians, they won't be too concerned about those two bowls of Brett Hochkins being in the way because they do count at the moment, so it doesn't matter if you hit them, other than reducing the space to draw the shot, of course. Yep, we're looking forward to another great day. The sun's shining. Not too many clouds around, although as I look over my shoulder, there is a little bit out the back. But we'll see how that pans out throughout the day.
So Muhammad Idham using the black XGs we just saw go down. He's been playing bowls for 14 years, since he was 15.
Yeah, we mentioned yesterday that Malaysian bowls really took off in sort of the lead up to the Commonwealth Games in 1998 in Kuala Lumpur. That really was the birth of bowls in Malaysia, and they've been so competitive since, you know, gold medals at Commonwealth Games, particularly in the women's game. Of course, City's Alina Ahmed, one of the most well-known. Great effort here, just going to crash. That was good enough for shot if it had missed the blue bowls, but no luck there for Idham.
Chris Ryan on the mat right now. He's representing his state when he was in Queensland. Plays out of Port Melbourne.
You can see the players just finding that pace. So it'll take them a couple of ends, and then they're going to have to deal with it changing, because the first game is often where it changes the most, as it just picks up a bit of speed. I think we're going to see a bit of an attacking shot here. Well, Idham's made sure he's got some grip, and that can only mean one thing. This one's coming down quick. Solid weight, looking for contact. Only a little smidgen of contact on the way through, no result. So I think it's 2 to the Victorians at the moment. Now a chance to add a third for Chris Ryan. He's going to need this to run. It's not quite going to make it. So it will be 2 to the Victorians to get us underway for a whole full day of action today.
Men's pairs knockouts kicking off across the Gold Coast, not just at Club Broadbeach, but I know there's games at Tugun and other places.
Well, still 128 teams going, so there'll be a fair few games everywhere, I would think. And by the time we get to the end of today, what are we down to? 16.
Yep.
Of course, we already know one of our finals, don't we?
Yeah,
just the one at the moment. We know the women's singles final.
Yep. Cassandra Millerick versus Jamie Lee Warsnup, who progressed through the quarterfinals and semi-finals yesterday.
And we know one team in the mixed pairs final.
Yes. Talia Leighton, Adam Liddell, who had a
how good were they last
commanding
night?
win over Andrea Todorovic and Cody Marshall. They were very good. Adam was sensational.
I spoke to him after the game, and he said, I felt like I was a bit scratchy. I said, wow, if that was scratchy. his performance, particularly early in the match, when he just needed to keep him in it, he needed to save him a couple of times. He did it really well, and then they capitalised.
Well, he set the tone early.
So this one is 18 ends. Of course, last night was 15 ends, so this one is 18 ends in the open pairs competition. And a good start there for Fikri. Looking for a little bit of jack. Well, I only got a little bit of jack, so unlucky there for Brett Hochkins. He was up there giving it a chance. Just grazed it as he went by.
We are sitting right behind the players, so they stay pretty quiet when they're on the mat.
Got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
And nice weight there again from Fikri. That's another one right in the zone. Certainly Brett very deliberate in his approach as well. Has that pause in his delivery on the mat.
Yeah, it's good
all right in his head.
Yeah, it's good to see players take their time on the mat. See a lot of people, I mean, they know the shot they want to play and that's how they play, but they're very quick on the mat. And
it depends who you are, doesn't it? If you're Aaron Wilson standing there that long, then that's not going to do him any good.
Yeah. Let's see. Alfebo walk in.
Fikri really just looking for something similar to his previous two. I don't know that he's quite made it this time. Just short of it. Look at that line. Impeccable line. right, so it's the changeover. It's the Malaysians in charge on this end, holding 2.
Yeah, and thank you to all those tuning in. Vince Calabresi back on.
Yeah, Vince is always here.
And Fiona Hall as well. Good morning, Fiona.
Another regular. Hello, Fiona. Hope you're going well. Yeah, what's above us at the moment is nice and blue, but as I look over my shoulder, a little bit of grey. Hopefully that avoids us.
Yeah, I do see that grey down towards Coolangatta area.
Yeah, it can stay there.
Yeah. Look at the line on these yellow and blue bowls, straight down the middle.
Absolutely. So Chris Ryan needs to find a couple of feet and negotiate now that front bowl. As Idham just came up a little bit short. Now he's going to drop under by the look of it, Chris. And he's given this a chance to land. What's he got? Oh, he's found the gap. That'll still be 2 to the yellow.
It's a good effort.
He just needed to catch an edge of that front one. It would have just dropped him over for shot. Since the green's still just a little bit holding in pace, he looked like he was travelling fairly nicely there, and in the end, he's only just got past Jack High.
You expect the stay goes on the greens to free up a bit more.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, Chris has asked about his weight. His weight really was spot on to give himself a chance there under the bowl. Is he looking for the same, or is he trying to get round the bowl this time? Looking fairly similar. Needs to negotiate the front. He's done that. And? Well, he's definitely sat for second shot. Still 1 to Malaysia at the moment. Last bowl of the end coming up here from Idham. Now, he too needs to negotiate his own bowl.
Give it an all-body push.
Yes. So I believe that'll be 1 to Malaysia. Yep, that is the call. So 2-1 lead to the Victorian duo after 2 ends of this 18-end matchup. Of course, we saw the Malaysian team go deep in the women's singles. Looked like they were at one stage. It looked like they were going to be guaranteed a player in the final, and just didn't quite work out.
Yeah, great comeback from Cassandra Millerick in that quarter final.
Yeah, incredible. When we went off air, she looked just about done.
Yeah,
I think it got as far as 19-12, and then she managed to get back and win it 21-19.
Yeah, and she's pretty clinical in the semi-final. Moved the cameras over to the last portion of her semi-final. She was all over it.
Speaking of all over it, great starter there from Fikri. Can't ask for much more than that from your lead on a nice long end. Now Brett Hochkins in reply. Just needs to get all the way here. Yeah, that's just that last metre that's not quite there yet in the green. Later on, that'll carry through. But
yeah.
Just now, in the early conditions, not quite.
Just doesn't have that finish yet.
Well, Fikri had the weight from his first attempt, and he's done fairly well again here. Yeah, that's genuinely great leading. Yeah, so on this pace green at the moment, you just need to be conscious of that little push. You just got to give it that little bit more, and think about that 2 feet past the jack. So then if you are short, you're on the jack.
Yep.
Just working up past the jack. Give yourself a chance at a little trail.
This looks much better from Brett.
It certainly does.
Gets the jack, and he's got it.
Oh. It was set up for that.
That's what you
just had to execute it. Yep.
Just playing that couple of feet through. Changing the head. So for Vickery, he just needs to add a metre.
He's very close.
He's going to get the jack as well.
Just dropping under. It stays up at the back. Well played. That's 3 very good bowls from Vickery. The jack's been moved, but it was 3 very good bowls. Early in the match, that's what you're looking for. You're just looking to find your range.
Yep.
Idham's getting serious. He's taking the jacket off as he's heading down there to play. So
didn't even watch Brett's bowl come down. Just ignored it.
I think he knew. I think he knew that it was just out a little bit wide. So he's taken off to get the jacket up in the bag. But yeah, the jacket comes off. Things get serious.
It's quite warm here at Club Broadbeach.
You mentioned that. I see you've positioned me on the edge of the tent. I'm going to be in the sun very shortly. There's a nice tactical play on your behalf.
Well, I'm usually sitting where Alex is sitting. It's like a dark corner.
As long as I'm not sitting in the rain at any point, I'm happy. Now, how's the weight here? Needs to run. Not quite. That would have been a resting toucher if the jack hadn't have been moved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that has been said around many a club over time as well. Great effort from Chris Ryan. We can see his bowl just picking up a bit of grass along the way. That's another indication that there's still a little bit of moisture in the green.
Great to have people from all over the world watching on. Steve Byrne watching from Dunedin in New Zealand, and Mark Rossington watching from the Philippines. He's been here all week, all 10 days.
Beautiful. I think there was a little bit of intent in that. Just looking to reach, sit the bowl, trail the jack, just on the outside.
It's a good shot.
Plenty to play to there.
He wasn't too far away from sitting the bowl. If he's a bit tight, he can get the jack and make a couple.
Chris looking for a little edge off his own now. That'll work. He's made a couple. Would love that to fall, but down, and there it goes. So just falls down, reduces the target just a little bit. I think we'll see Idham playing pretty much the same shot. I think he'll be looking to search a little, get a little bit of jack. If you're going to land either of the bowls, he's got an opportunity there too. Of course, Vickery in a nice spot, just waiting for any sort of jack movement. He's going to need this to hang on. It's just going to drop under. It was a fair look. So barring anything strange, it's going to be the Victorians scoring again here.
Chris had a third.
Just not sure you can quite get back from that line. It's trying.
Brett's urging it on.
2 it is. 4-1 lead after 3 ends to the Victorian combination. All right, well, the trend of reasonably long ends continues. And Brett's on a very nice line with this first attempt. Yeah, he's played that really well. Yeah, great start.
Vickery just needs to repeat what he did last end. Although he lost the end, he had 3 right on it pretty much.
He did, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. He really couldn't have started it any more positively. He's done well again there.
Like that.
These are those ones that look tricky from the mat end now because you can't see the jack. Tends to make people play more weight than perhaps they need. How's Brett going here? Is he sneaking in round? Well, there you go. I painted that as difficult. Well,
Little
not for
touch.
Brett.
Little touch to the jack as well.
Beautifully played.
Shaping up to be a good lead battle between these two.
There's Vickery's speed here to get to his own. Gave it a little bump. Don't know whether he moved it far enough. It's the one thing in these pairs games. You don't always get much of an indication as to who's necessarily got the shot. Depends on how much information the skippers want to give away.
Good morning to everyone watching on. Johnny Wallage. Joe Whitehead watching from Cairns.
Oh, Joe's back. Hello, Joe. Just drifting under there. Brett's weight wasn't bad. Perhaps needed another foot, but wasn't bad. And now Vickery looking to essentially replicate his first two. They're really not far away. This one might be just dropping under.
Ducks under. Just going to knock on Brett's, but still holding shot.
Well, that's a pretty decent job from the two leads. They'll go down there fairly happy with their work there. You right there?
Just had to sip my coffee. It's very hot, so I'll give it.
It's supposed to be.
I'll give it a couple more minutes.
You're right.
Chris playing.
Yeah, he's looking to bounce the yellow out here.
He's close.
Oh, what a great shot!
What a split!
Beautifully played. When that landed that way up there, I wondered whether that might be a shot they might look at, but I didn't necessarily expect him to play at first bowl.
Yeah, and it looked good the whole way out of his hand.
Of course, a reminder, if you're in the area, there is plenty of bowls happening. So get down to Broadbeach or have a look online and have a look at all the different venues on Bowls Link. Well, what's that done? That's another one in there for the Victorians. Yeah, have a look on Bowls Link and find your closest venue and go and check out some of the Australian Open.
If you come to Club Broadbeach, you can check out the trade marquee and everything they have in store. I got some new shoes the other day, Clive. I've had the same pair for 14 years. They got the holes, so finally upgraded.
It's going to be tears.
Yep.
Yeah. quite. Yeah, look, I think a lot of people take that opportunity when they're up here to get into their tent. There's plenty on offer, and just update their gear. It's it might be that yearly sort of add something to the kit or replenish something.
Yeah, and there's some nice tops in there that I wouldn't mind purchasing. Just looking to promote Vickery's front bowls.
Oh.
An edge off that will do.
He's got a little slide. I don't know whether it's enough for shot. I'd probably still favour the Victorian bowl, I think, but it's close. Favour the light blue bowl that's maybe sitting down. So Chris trying to float right round here. You do get some late turn up here. Well, not quite. Interesting.
Is there a shot on the backhand now?
That's what I thought, but the Malaysians there were looking at the forehand type shot. But I think now that he's got out to the front of the head, I think Idham's seen that the backhand looks a bit sweeter.
Yeah, if Chris's, you sit the black bowl, you push Brett's out of the head. If you're tight, you run into Vickery's front bowls.
Even Vickery's other one can give you a little save too.
Yeah. Options are plenty.
It is backhand. Now, is this going to hang on to get a result? Don't think so. Just going to drop away. Probably needed a little bit more weight.
So it's probably more
the line was okay, yeah.
So Brett's indicating 1, so it's still 1 to the Victorians.
As we thought. It's a 5-1 lead to Victoria after 4. If you've just tuned in, 18 ends is the trip for this one, all day. For our 3 matches, it'll be 18 end pairs.
Good to see Jerry Richmond watching on from Hoi An in Vietnam. How did Tigers go yesterday, Jez? Used to play with Jez out Rosny Park Bowls Club in Tassie.
Okay. Rosny Park. Beautiful view.
Yeah, it's a great club about 1 o'clock. As soon as pennant starts, the wind usually comes up though.
Mate, you're talking to someone from Perth.
It's windy there.
We're playing wind a lot. Is it windy there? Ask the people that came over for the Nationals 2023 and are heading over there again in a few months' time.
Yep.
They will be prepared for wind.
Nationals in October.
Yeah, can't wait. 3 venues in Perth will be used. Osborne Park, North Beach and Mount Lawley. They're all fantastic clubs. So we can't wait to have everyone, the best from all around Australia, on show throughout about a 2.5 week period. So, in a sense, it's, the 2 massive blocks of bowls of massive competition throughout the year of this and the Nationals, of course, the Australian Open and the Nationals. So, fantastic. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a great event. Champs, the Oz champs, sides, got everything under 18 to para nationals.
Yeah, they're the 2 big showcases of bowls throughout the year, the Australian Open and the Nationals. And, yeah, brilliant. If you're thinking about getting over there, then start making your plans now. Weight was pretty good there for Brett, but drifted underneath. Feels like this ditch side has some nice turn to it on both in both directions.
Yeah.
Sometimes a ditch rink might not have that. Sometimes the there's a point of no return, but it looks like it's a nice draw on in both directions.
As the green speeds up throughout the day, we'll be seeing a lot of turn out of that hand.
Well, of course, we change directions as well, don't we?
Oh, we do.
So keep that in mind as well here on the Gold Coast. Something we don't do in WA. You don't change directions during the day, but they do it here to maintain the wear of their greens, which is sensible given the fact of they cop an absolute pounding during this event. Well, this is nicer from Brett. He's found the line that he needed. Good shot. Yeah, it's just a hand you have to trust. It'll come back for you.
Yeah, well, Vickery, he's found a weight with both his bowls. Just needs to get somewhere in the middle of the two and claim the shot.
I don't know about this line. It's just going to drop away. Whilst I think that is the tighter side, looking at the way the bowls are coming in, just needed a smidge more. Still, he's got bowls in the head. There's only one bowl there for Victoria, really, that's holding out a couple of the yellows. We'll see how aggressive Idham wants to be at that. But it's Chris Ryan to play first.
Just ducking under. Both teams are struggling to find the grass this end. The weight's pretty good.
That sit of that bowl looks very inviting. Gidam's resisted with this one. Or has he? Is he looking for the sit? Oh, he certainly is, and he's got it. What a shot. Based on the line, I wasn't sure, but he's trusted that turning angle, that turning line, and he got it beautifully. Chris looking for this to hold to the jack. Has he got it? He has. What a shot. Brett called it in. He's got the jack to the back of the rink, and it's anyone's back there. Now, this will be a test on this ditch side because how wide can you go? There is a bit of a change of colour out there near the ditch. It's common, grass greens. I don't know that you want to get out into that.
If you skirt that edge, it's probably around the grass you want. There's about 4 feet of room. And
oh, this is very well played.
Damn, he's not far off. Just needs to hold around.
Wow.
That was a late swoop.
That was a great look for a first look out there.
It's had a bit of a late swoop on his bowl.
Yeah. They are XGs. They've got some turn on them.
What size do you reckon they are? Size 5, so they look pretty big.
Brett's played this. Chris, has played this really, really well. That's a great shot.
Yeah, 2 good bowls from Chris Ryan.
He's turned 3 down into holding a couple. 1 bowl left to play for the Malaysians. Idham will be confident. I mean, he wasn't far away with his previous attempt. His weight looked pretty good. He might have needed a foot. As that late turn that he got was gobbling up the weight late.
Gobbling up the weight. Has he chucked it any wider, Clive?
No, that's not out there. And it's just a matter of having the nerve to throw it right out there. And he just didn't quite do that. So that's a huge turnaround for Chris Ryan on that end. Grabs 2 more. 7-1 the lead after 5 ends. Well, that's the art of skippering. You've got to play the big shots when they matter. And Idham played a great shot to sit the shot bowl in the first place. But it didn't last long. Chris Ryan turning it back in the favour of the Vicks.
Well, Chris Ryan, he's represented his state in Queensland before. He won the Queensland State Champ of Champs many moons ago.
It was in the late 2000s?
Yeah, late 2000s. He said around 2007, 08.
That's no mean feat. That's a tough event to win in Victoria, that's for sure.
Been bowls coordinator at Wenty. So he's got a lot of experience, Chris Ryan.
Just about a metre short with that first one for Brett.
Good morning, Peter Thornton. It's a good game of mixed pairs last night. The Queensland pair, Talia Leighton, Adam Liddell, got off to a flying start. It was good to see Andrea and Cody show a bit of fight at the end, and they picked up some big numbers, and we thought maybe there is a chance.
Yeah, if they'd had a few more ends up their sleeve, it could have closed up, but Adam and Talia were just so good early.
Probably left their run a little bit too late.
You can't concede a 15-1 lead and win too many times. In poker, I think they call it you're looking for your one time. That happens once in a... I don't know whether it's in a lifetime when you're down 15-1 and win, but it wouldn't be far off. You wouldn't win too many from there. Great shot from Brett. Nudges the jack, sits alongside.
Brett is really starting to get in the groove.
Yeah, a little bit of a looser end than what we've seen so far from Fikri, so... Generally, he's had a couple around the jack, so a little bit more open this time around. Brett taking full advantage of that, sitting right alongside it. Okay, Chris Ryan to add to Brett's good work here. He's done that. Made two, maybe three at the moment. Don't know whether we can really count the front one. We'd expect that Idham would beat that with 3 attempts. May have only taken him 1 attempt. He's very close here. Just ran out of steam. He has beaten the front blue, though, which is what we expected, so just done it.
looking to sit the light blue bowl. Brett Hodgkins.
Has he found some more weight? I think he has. Just on the outside now.
Somewhere in between those two bowls.
Yes. The line's good.
Yep.
Well, this is a big opportunity for Chris now. And needs to close right in on this. He's got the room. Just needs to have the journey with this. He's played it well. That'll be in. Actually not a bad place to have landed.
Yeah.
Just a nuisance value as well as counting.
Yeah, it's just in harm's eye. Might make him push it a bit wider.
Yeah, and then does it come back?
Yeah.
That's the question. So
big bowl for the Malaysian. 3 down.
it stops just the pure sort of hunt up there on the backhand. You can almost see that bowl is in his mind as he approaches the mat.
Bowl on its way.
He has gone out to a nice wide line. Now, does it get back from there? That's the question. Well, it got back a fair way. And I think he's got back for second shot. Just the one. One it is to Victorians. 8-1 after 6.
It's a good bowl from Idham to cut it back. He was in a bit of strife, 3 down. They will want to get back on the board. They haven't scored since the second end. The Victorians are just settling into this match, finding their groove. Adding all heap sorts of pressure on the Malaysians.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It doesn't feel like an 8-1 game. It feels like it's been tighter than that.
Yeah.
But the big shots have belonged to Victoria so far.
Yep.
Great start there. So that's Tom that's asking
Tom.
that question? Yeah, so no, it's not grassless. There is the thing with a tiff dwarf grass is that it mats up into like a mat-like finish. It's actually not that different to playing on a carpet in a lot of ways. So whilst it is a great shot here as well from Fikri, whilst on the cameras, it can look a little bit like almost like a carpet green. You're looking for, and it looks a bit grey. The reality is, on tiff dwarf green, you want it to look a bit grey. You don't want it to look green.
No, and the greenkeepers at Broadbeach do a great job. They're rolling, they're cutting it every morning. Kind of want it as thin as possible so your bowls glide across. Otherwise, you're heaving it up through green grass.
And the reality is, this time of the year, you're not seeing a lot of growth of the grass. So it's mainly rolling. It's rolling it, getting the dew off it, and off you go again. Because this time of the year, it tends to go a little bit more dormant. So they wouldn't be cutting a heap off it. That's for sure. But yeah, your last thing you want to do is, if you're playing on a tiff dwarf green up here in wintertime, is turn up and it's nice and green, because it generally means it's not going to run too quick. Whereas this glassy sort of look. And they certainly run beautifully. The art of greenkeeping is keeping grass just alive.
Yeah. You go down to Tasmania, Clive, and the start of the bowl season, summer, and you can see some grass greens there.
Nice and green.
Yeah, very green greens.
Yes, experienced that not that long ago, Connor.
Hochkins. That's a good weight, just trailed under, crashing into Fikri's front bolt.
What that also lends itself to, just to finish that conversation off, is that the green just gets quicker throughout the day. So it starts off a little bit slow, where there's been a bit of dew around, maybe a bit of rain overnight as well. And then throughout the day, it just gets slicker and slicker. Great effort here from Fikri. Doesn't really want to open this up well. We'll see how much Chris likes a hit, because that will be tempting.
Yeah, it's a nice target, but that consistency from Fikri, drawing 3 bowls on a dime. Yeah, we think Chris is playing aggressive early, so I think he will like this.
Yeah, there's no need to hold off on this. He'll play this first bowl, I would think. Yep, solid weight it is, and he's very close. He can get all 3 here. He can get all 3. Well, he's got 2 of them. Trickled through. There's still 2 there. He's got 2 of them moving.
Well, it might be even better for the Malaysians now. The target's gone.
Yeah.
They're still holding 2. It was a good shot. Bit of an unfortunate result for Chris.
He just didn't quite get enough of the split. He got the outside bowl almost solid in the end. And now Idham looking to take full advantage. Needs it to run all the way. Oh, and that's a nice home. Not a bad place to have landed at all.
Yeah, it's good. If he actually came any closer, he probably would have made a target again. So finishing that little bit short was probably good for Idham.
That's solid weight again here from Chris. Looking to get all the way through to the jack. Oh, he is close. Great effort. Let's cut it down to 1. That's good work. Once again, he looked handy and just held his line coming in. Just when it looked like it might be dropping down to get to the jack. The trail of the jack would have been immense for the Victorians. Idham landing jack high there. Well, I don't know that this one's going to hang on. Chris has just dropped it underneath, so it's still 2 to the Malaysians. Idham with 1 more to play.
It's a real opportunity to get on the board or get themselves back on the board. Haven't scored since the second end. Since they got the 1, they've dropped a 2, a 1 and a 2. So, he's on a good track.
Oh, he's played this really well.
We know his bowl's turn. Oh, he couldn't have got more perfect.
No.
Just showing off now.
Just what they needed too, the Malaysians. 3 shots there.
So they've come up to discuss what length they're going to play.
They've narrowed the gap to just 4. 8-4 the lead to Victorians. Brett Hochkins and Chris Ryan. All right, well, the Malaysians needed that.
Big end for them.
Now we've got Vickery starting off. They still maintain a very similar length, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Thought there might have been an opportunity there to change things up a little, but
Tiny bit longer. The good things for the Malaysians, they haven't dropped too many big numbers. It's only been 1s and 2s so far.
nice effort here from Brett. That's a great starter. Tucks in right behind the jack as well.
Good to have Dougie watching from Bulgaria. I think we've covered all the states now. Sorry, all the countries. Maybe not Antarctica. Continents, states, continents, countries. Cover them all. So there's no live scoring for this round of the men's pairs. There's 128 games going on, so it's hard to provide updates for all of them. They'll be updated on the Bowls link once they're completed, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, the functionality's there, but the training of every competitor to enter live scores for an Australian Open when you've got 4,000 competitors, it's probably a tough ask.
It takes time.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yes.
It's a relatively new feature, and I'm sure as players get more used to it, we'll be seeing it more.
And it needs to be players that are doing it, because if you're asking volunteers to do that, you know, there are already a massive band of volunteers that are required to make this event happen. You'd probably have to quadruple that number if you were going to try and live score every single match. It's certainly a dream. It's something that would be desired, but it's, as I say, working towards that. But as we get to the pointy end of each of the events, then the live scoring will kick in. It's a little bit more manageable.
The game's run for about 2 hours. 2 hours, 15 minutes. So if you check back into Bowls Link at around 11 o'clock, you'll find scores trickling in.
Of course, we'll be as interested as anyone, because we don't know who our next match is, because you've got to wait for the results in the knockout format.
Yeah, no idea who our next match is.
Great effort here.
Just needs to hold up for Idham.
Any little slide there would have been handy. Not quite. Still the Victorians hold sway on this end. They dropped to 3. They'd like to just grab a 2 or a 3 back again and re-establish that lead.
Chris, that's another counter.
It snuck underneath, didn't it?
Brett's up and about.
Do we see a little bit more weight looking to land now? Gets that bowl away nice and smoothly. Is it going to hold up? It's not. It's going to put some pressure on Idham's last bowl.
Especially if Chris can add another.
Looks like he's going to wander down and have a look. Chris's last bowl's on its way. Sorry, his second bowl. He's got one to play yet. was right in the area. Didn't quite pull up in time, but Idam's got a decision to make now as to how much weight he wants to play at this. One thing about Chris's that second bowl of Chris's is it has closed in on the tee. So of course, we are respotting the jack if it goes out of bounds. So does that play into his mind as to how much weight he wants to use here, potentially? Also the fact that if he removes the yellow bowl on the wing, he's going to be an extra one down.
If he can just pop the jack out to the right of screen,
there's
he's made it 3.
Profit there, isn't there?
3, potentially 4.
So that would indicate a controlled type shot, and that's exactly the way he's played it. Now he's on a slightly wider line, but will it hold? Still not going to. He did have that on a slightly wider line out of the hand, but it's run right through for no result.
You can already see it's probably turning more on that hand than it did start the game already.
Chris asking what the yellow's worth. It's not worth playing that. He should be drawing.
I think he's just playing a metre over. I can hear Brett down the other end. You're not playing that much weight, just a metre over.
That's not the shot here. He needs to just draw. Yep, and that's what he's realised. He plays a metre of weight and gets that wrong. Moves jack. He's decided to play the hand that he's been playing, and that's the correct decision. You know, looking to sit that bowl for 4. If he draws another one, it's 3. Now, he hasn't drawn another one, but 2 shots is very handy at this stage for the Victorians. They lead at 10 shots to 4. He tries to play a metre of weight there on the forehand and accidentally makes it 2 metres. Pops the jack out and he drops 3. Yeah. There's a difference in the game right there.
Disciplined call from Chris Ryan. So the Victorians take control of the mat once again. Have shortened it up. Peter Thornton says, get the skips to do live scoring, only stand up the other end and try to look pretty.
Yes, some succeed and don't. No, look, as I say, that is an option, and the functionality's there. It's just a big event to try and make all that happen and make sure everyone knows exactly what to do. And you think about it, if you turn up, you're not ready for that. It's not as straightforward for some people who aren't technologically minded. You know, the functionality's there and it works quite well. But
I know some people won't even have the phone to do that.
Yeah. So that's the type of situation you're managing in this event. And maybe it's a next year thing where it's in the conditions of play. People can expect it. Maybe some videos up there to explain how to do it. That sort of stuff that could potentially be looked at. I think the Nationals in Perth, I think they would certainly be looking at live scoring of a large part of that event.
Yeah, I think the sides was live scored.
Yes.
Down in Devonport.
Yeah, the majority of the states did that, yes.
And look at this from Thick Creek.
Great shot. And, but you can imagine that's a little bit of a more contained set of people to have to train.
Yeah.
Of course, Alex, looking after our pictures, is very much involved in the Bowls Link rollout and the Bowls Link functionality. Does a fantastic job.
He does.
All right, well, he does a job. Yeah. And if your club wants to run tournaments, of course, if your club's running any tournaments and so forth, BowlsLink is set up to be able to do that. It can do the draw, it can do the results, the displays, all of that sort of stuff available in BowlsLink. So if your club wants that sort of software to use, then it's all provided to you. It's no cost to your club to do it, as Vickery nails it again. Beautifully played.
It's right where he wanted to be. And a foot behind. And he's got the back one as well, Clive.
You can't ask for much more than that. 2 on, 1 behind. And the 2 on are not even really a target. They're, that bowl's that close to the jack, it doesn't really build a target, and the other one hides away behind it. I feel like Chris Ryan got caught almost playing 2 shots in one there.
Yeah, a bit of a two-minded shot.
I think he was thinking of the attack.
Yeah. His weight. I mean, his line was attack. His weight was draw.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to create a target. He's got to finish in a good home.
It's great. Yeah.
Counts and sits in the rider screen as well in case the jack pops out there.
Okay, a bit more weight on this one from Chris, but still not completely sold on the line. Is it going to hold on? Oh, he knows better than I do. Look at that. What a shot.
And he got a touch of the jack as well.
At least he got more in his mind exactly the shot that he wanted to play then. It felt like that's what he wanted to do with the first one and held back. In reply, Idham
needs to hold. Any touch to the jack is good.
He's done it.
They too.
Just held on for a piece of the jack. So this is what we love to see. Close draw shots, nice little runners, and this one's underneath. So, opportunity for Malaysia. Knox.
A bit of danger on both hands for Idham. He's got Brett's on the forehand coming in and then Chris on the backhand.
I feel like he has to just accept that if he runs into Brett's front one with draw weight, then he's not going to do any damage. He can't really afford to hunt up underneath and risk moving jack. It's a fair effort. It's not quite going to count. And it'll be 2 on the board to Malaysia. They stay within touch here at the halfway point of the match. It's a 10-6 lead to the Victorians. And given that Malaysia have won just 3 ends, Victoria have won 6, the 4-shot margin is manageable for Malaysia.
Short net right up, judging by where Idham is standing.
It's the first major change we've seen of length in the match, isn't it, Connor? So see how they handle it. It's generally been that nearly full length type length that we've seen.
Only 4 shots of difference now.
And that's a solid start from Vickery. Jack high ball to work to now for Brett Hochkins. Now, he had that in his mind, no doubt. His weight's very good, so that's something to work with.
Sometimes when you're playing long ends and you go shorter, a lot of players can lose their grasp because the bowl doesn't need to travel as far, so you don't need to chuck it as wide. But for Vickery, he's having no trouble at all.
Yeah, the positioning of the mat is an interesting one because people talk about how they get their line and selecting marks off the bank and things like that. Selecting a mark off the bank's fine from bowl to bowl, but you've got to be a little bit careful using that with mat changes, because if you think about the angle you're creating, if you're using the peg as a line and your mat's on the tee, that's a very, very different line to if you take the mat up to the top of the line and still aim at the peg.
Yeah.
So anyone that takes their line off a mark on the bank, you just have to be aware of that. It's more about the angle you're creating than necessarily the marker. Okay from bowl to bowl in the one end to use those marks. But, great shot here. Lands his own, falls over. That's nicely developed. Just changes the look of that a little bit.
Great set of bowls from the Malaysian.
Suddenly it's not so jack high. You know, that bowl's sitting just in front of the jack now, so it's not so easy just to trundle up there and land.
He's got everything sitting behind as well.
That was the beauty of that shot that and the weight that he used as Brett gets into the area as well. The weight that he used, if he missed then, he would have just trickled in past and been in a really good home. So he's not played 2 metres of weight there. He's played a foot of weight, turned his own bowl and tidied up the head, and if he'd missed, he would have been in a handy spot anyway.
It's the luxury of getting your first bowl close.
Yep.
You can afford to do that.
Talk about the positioning of those bowls, and that's where the players that win games and they develop heads and don't just set up targets for the opposition are the ones that prevail. The smart ones, the ones that just position their bowls in the right spot. So aggressive from Chris Ryan again here, and he's not far away. He is all over this. Where's it going? Yep, he's got it out past those bowls. That's very, very handy. It, in a sense, almost restarts the end.
Yeah, opens it up. The challenge for Chris now will be to get back onto the draw after playing a superb weighted shot.
And Idham gets the first opportunity to nail it and put some pressure back on. He's going to need this to pull up a little. He picked the line perfectly. And Chris is out on that similar good line. He's done well enough.
Doofenhouse.
Yep.
Puts the pressure back on Idham, who's only got 1 bowl left. Currently 1 down. Only needs to take maybe a metre, a couple of feet off his last.
He can really drop anywhere between about a foot and about 3 feet and get shot here. Needs us to start bending, though. Here it comes. Yeah, that's done the job. That's the shot. It's a nice turn late up there. Well, Chris, he's urging it to get there as soon as it left the hand. How's the speed? You could see in his body language he was urging it to run. Just didn't quite get there. He sort of chased it off the mat. It'll be 1-2 Malaysia. And our scoreline moves to 10-7 after 10 ends in favour of the Victorians. No Perth pennants in WA, likes a 10-7 scoreline. Dave Rankin in WA does a fantastic job covering a lot of the bowls. He's and a lot up on the Australian Open as well, mainly from a WA spin and keeping track of how the WA players have been going. But yes, he is a Kiwi and he likes a 10-7 scoreline.
10-7?
10-7 on 10 is probably even better.
Shout out to our friends in New Zealand.
Absolutely, yes.
There's plenty up here on the Gold Coast of the Australian Open.
We love the banter between Australia and New Zealand, don't we?
We
do. Know when we were over there years ago for a Jackaroos tour, and they referred to Australia as the West Island.
The West Island?
Yeah.
It's the North, the South Island, and the West Island. Yeah, what's Tasmania? Lower West?
Just looking for a little bit more speed. It's a good bowl. Certainly sets it up nicely. And just gets in the eye a little bit for Fikri, who's had a pretty good handle on this hand in the match so far. I'll tell you what, to get a clear under the jack here, just outside it. Again, we see with Fikri, he's just another one of these Malaysian leads that just is so solid. Just not an awful lot that can go wrong with the delivery. They're very well coached crew.
Yeah, the thing I'm impressed with the Malaysians, they're so consistent. It's just their consistency.
Well, that is going to force a change of hand now. No way in there on the forehand anymore. So we'll see whether Fikri's been paying attention, because this will be his first look out on this side of the rink. Sometimes you get a lead that'll change and say, well, I haven't played one out there yet, but you've watched a lot of bowls out there, so you should still have some idea of what it's doing.
He's on a pretty good line.
Oh, look at this.
He should have been playing that hand all day.
What a shot. Brilliantly played.
Just hiding the jack as well.
Oh, he's turned that head around with one bowl. I mean, it's just a completely different look now.
Yeah, only a foot trail and it changes everything.
And no result there for Brett. He's turned up the other yellow bowl and now ends up with 3 short bowls out of that, which is not ideal. Yeah, it is amazing in our sport that, you know, a head can look one way and a bowl simply just falls and it completely changes the look and the shots that are available to play. Yeah. And it's just half a bowl difference.
I mean, it's a game of skill bowls, but 80% of it's also the mental side as well. If you just turn a jack around the head, the shot's not that much difference, but it's the way it looks. It seems a lot more different.
Great shot. Brilliantly played from Idham. The Malaysians are challenging here.
He didn't even touch it.
No.
Did he?
It's threatening to. He might be leaning on it now.
I think he did.
Now, does this find a way? This is the trouble with those front bowls now. Well, that's interesting because that maybe loads up onto the shot bowls. So that might see some weight from. He's opened up a little door at the front, as Chris, but he's going to have to play a good shot because he's going to be down a bundle when he plays it.
Well, we know he does like playing weight, and he's not scared, and his weight shots have been
in here again.
Good.
Yeah, he hasn't been shy, has he?
No. Problem is, he's 5 down. Probably look to cut this down. If he sit on a yellow, he'd be pretty happy. Push something up. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that creates more opportunities. Only 2 down.
The issue is that Victorians still got nothing past the head.
Yeah.
So if you want to play anything attacking, there's nothing to catch it. And when you take the kill of the end out of the equation, it makes these weighted shots quite dangerous at times. Now, if you're Idham, you're looking to sit that blue ball? I think you might be.
Yeah, and even if you do get the yellow or black, you're pushing the jack back a foot, you make 4. We've seen how his turn on that ditch hand. He's playing a foot or 2 past. It's a good effort, probably good weight.
Chris is basically walking back up here with handcuffs on. He can't play weight. He has to try and drift around the front and the backhand and just sit the shot bowl, sit the shot bowls that's leaning on the jack. That's all he's got.
There's not much on.
Tell you what, he's given this a show. Oh, look out. How good is that?
Chris,
now, he might still be 1 down, but what a shot. Brett's favouring one up. Well, this is going to require a steady hand. They might just want an umpire here. They're going to need to chock some bowls. Brett wants 1, and the Vickery is not willing to give that up.
They call it an umpire?
Yep, umpire it is.
Umpire is called.
And we have an umpire down. Oh, it's a race. So they will want to chock that yellow bowl.
That's 2 superb bowls from Chris.
Oh, sensational, isn't it?
5 down, cuts down a 2, and then potentially draws the shot.
With nowhere to go.
Made something out of nothing.
Yeah. Great shots, Chris Ryan. Yeah. We know Chris Ryan liked his own work.
Even if he is 1 down, can't take anything away from the man.
Honestly, I've been watching all week, and there's been rain and all this sort of stuff, and everyone's been complaining about the weather. I have a chance to go home sunburnt at the moment.
You come over at the perfect time, Clive. Just when the Malaysian team looked like they were going to make their mark on this game, Chris Ryan had something else to say.
Steady hand required here. The BPL, this is about the time we play under pressure.
Yep.
And it is 1 to the Victorians. So, what a fantastic shot. As you said, Connor, you summed it up beautifully. You had nowhere to go. And produced perfection. 11-7, the scoreline. Victoria leads. And that Victorian pairing of Brett Hochkins and Chris Ryan over Idham and Fikri from Malaysia. There's 11 ends played, 7 to go. It's interesting how these two teams are following each other with the length. So we saw Malaysia shorten it up, and now Brett and Chris have done the same thing.
Does look slightly longer than what the Malaysians had it at.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But it's very different to those really quite long ends we saw early on.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice starter here from Brett. Wow, it's better than nice, isn't it? That's brilliant.
Brett and Chris will get a lot of confidence from the last end, knowing that they were a big number down and that they could pull seemingly the impossible off. As Fikri opens up the head, so Brett look to rinse and repeat. Put enough of front toucher on. Be good for the team.
Except he's going to have to do it on the other hand because he's switching. So didn't really have to switch hands here.
No.
Given the fact you just nailed it on that backhand, he would have just been able to just creep round his own, but no, they're going to the forehand side.
It's pretty good. We talk about that consistent pressure. Not every ball needs to be right on the jack, but if you getting around that mat length away, you finish in a good home. It gives your skip, your partner, a lot of options.
You know what I like about both of these leads is both of them, when they've had to look at that other hand, they've both primarily been playing the other side of the green. Both of them, when they've had to look at that other hand, have known where to go. They've clearly been paying attention throughout the match, and they've known where to put it, and they've both contributed, even though they're on the hand that they haven't been playing for the whole match.
Yeah.
As I say that, Brett is not happy with that one.
He turned around very quickly.
Still.
Runs a bit longer. It's going to finish in an okay home.
Last end, they didn't have a bowl past the jack. Now they got one back there. It's so important in the respot games that you don't leave yourself with absolutely nothing at the back, because even if it's lined up to kill, it's not killing. It's still going to the back of the rink.
Yeah. A lot of players in this tournament would forget that they'd only play pennant and you have dead ends in pennant, of course, but here they would forget that it's a respot. So you just need to keep that in mind. It shows the importance of reading the conditions of play before you come along.
Yeah, it also means that when you play weight, sometimes it's worth playing weight where you keep it up, whereas you might not bother in a situation where the kill's in play. If you're playing a few metres over, Sometimes it's better just to play that 3 metre over type shot rather than full bore and keep it on the back of the rink. Now, Chris has drawn another there. Played that very well. He's got a good handle on this hand. His forehand in this direction. He's played some good bowls out there.
I don't mind the weight he played as well. Even if he got the jack forward and took it towards Fikri's bowls, he's taken the Malaysian shot out of play. As I say this, though. Yeah, fantastic bowl weight. Hit harm.
Number 1. Chris with a bit of intent on this sort of bowl. Well, the line indicated that. I'm not sure about the weight. Nice shot again here. And this time collects the jack. Well, has he got unlucky there? I think he has. I think it's one. Yeah, it's one to the Vicks. That is very unlucky. That was a beautiful bowl.
He's got one more shot down. Do you think there's an opportunity for Idham to play some weight? They got everything behind, apart from Brett's bowled it. It's kind of more sideways towards the boundary peg.
The one thing it will need to be is it will need to be big weight because he's got some front bowls to negotiate. And we've got a good look at this one from the mat end, and it looks like it'll need to be solid.
Yeah, if he can find a path in between the blue and yellow at the front, get his bowl fat, the blue goes clear out of the head.
Oh, that might be about to change. Oh, now he can have a free look at that. Doesn't even have to have that much weight now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see about how much weight Idham plays.
Well, the good thing is, Connor, now is he can play weight to turn his own bowl to jack, and it only needs to go a foot, and he makes 3.
Yep.
He doesn't have to belt it now. Well, in the context of this one, this is big. It'll be backhand, and it'll be arriving weight. Don't think it'll be huge.
Played pretty big weight.
That's tight. I think that was bigger than what he needed to play for a maximum result. He's disappointed with himself. Didn't really give that one a chance. All you're looking to do is try and give your bowler a chance. He didn't quite get that one out there. So one more to the Victorian duo. And I think Idham will consider himself a little unlucky there. He played a very good shot with his second, trailed the jack. It just rolled a little bit too far. And it's a 12-7 lead, a 5-shot lead after 12 ends. We're 2/3 of the way through. This one, 6 ends to play. Well, back to the longer length we go. Matt's up a little bit, but certainly just past 3/4 length, this one.
Brett Hochkins, he's a picture of concentration, takes his time on the mat. He's invested in this game. which is great to see. He's been riding every one of Chris's bowls.
Interesting change of hand for him.
Yeah, actually just noticed that.
Won't be unhappy with where that's landed. The jack's on the tee. You get anything between the tee and the ditch. It's always handy. Of course, less likely to kill when it's already right up on the tee. Oh, nice shot here. Vickery. Very well played.
Bit of wind just coming up. It's a bit of a headwind as well. It's going to push the bowls going this way and going into the wind, going the other way, away from our tent.
Well, push Brett's pretty nicely.
Right behind her, Jack. Didn't even touch it either.
No.
Now Brett's at the back is in a really good position as well.
What a great shot. That is brilliantly played from Vickery. I think he's drawn the shot. He has nudged the jack. Wow.
This lead battle has been so entertaining.
Brett's down a good line with this too.
It's chasing.
Great effort.
Now,
Yep, so we got confirmation that the Malaysians have got shot.
yes, Adam's calling for Vickery to match Brett's back one, really, and cover the left-hand side of the screen. That's where the jack's got to bounce out to if this target is hit.
Is this going to stay up on the green? I think it will. It does.
Just.
Always a hive of activity, this area at Broadbeach. There's always people walking past. There's plenty of work happening over the road.
Well, there's about 4 different apartment buildings going up around us. There's cranes everywhere.
Always something going on, yeah. All helps create atmosphere.
So the jack right on the tee. Both Brett and Vickery are sitting right on it. We believe Vickery is holding the shot. There's not much to split them.
Just wonder whether there'll be any temptation for Chris to attack with his next. Got 2 seconds. I mean, he wants to hit it. Their second shot, their current second shot's probably going out. This is close. This is very close. Just going to come up short of it.
Well, what it might do is make Chris change hands as well. It's a good call from Brett. Just need to touch it and see what happens, really.
It's one of those ones where you can almost roll the bowl out with the jack.
Yeah.
Like if you get to the jack, the bowl falls out.
Well, yeah, if you cut it on the inside,
Yeah.
it works. Just holding it out for Chris. Pace is pretty good. Yeah, if you can cut underneath and touch the inside of the jack on the right-hand side, it nearly pushes the yellow over and you'll have shot.
Exactly, yeah. Chris asked who had the tee. The problem is that if you hit that, who knows what's going to be left on the tee. This will hold. Will it hold enough is the question. It's close. Just drops under.
Great effort. I mean, if I was the Malaysians here, you're probably taking one. Yep, taking one. I wouldn't be touching that.
Nope, one it is. And it is now 12 shots to 8. 4 shots the difference, 5 to play. It is game on still. And that one was really important for Malaysia there. If they dropped that end, suddenly it would have been looking like a trickier margin to bring back.
The Victorians have been front all game. Currently lead by 4 shots. Got 4 ends to play. Sorry, 5 ends to play.
All right, can Fikri get things started? He switched to the to this side as well. It feels like as the players have had a sample of this ditch side, that they're liking what they see out there.
Yeah, it's when you go to like cheese tasting, you have a little nibble of a piece of cheese, and you're like, "Oh, I like that. I might have another bit."
The thing is, when you get on a ditch rink, and of course a lot of our streaming happens on ditch rinks because it's a good way to set up. You often want to play the green side because you feel like the green side might be the more truer of the hands, particularly when we're playing both directions on these greens. But this rink is very nice out on that ditch side.
Well, a lot of clubs, the ditch hand is a bit so-so, but Broadbeach, they do such a good job, the greenkeepers, that every hand, it's pretty much similar, barring the wind.
It's a nice bowl from Fikri. Had to negotiate the front, did it expertly. Brett sticking with the hand that he knows. This does the work for him. It's not bad. He's not there. The line looked promising. Now what he's done is made it very hard for his last.
His bowls in a way on both hands.
I reckon the key for the Victorians right now is thinking about how Chris Ryan's going to access this. So Brett potentially needs to stay on his hand, and if he hits his own and moves it out the way, well, that's a good thing.
Yep. I'd nearly be looking to play a foot or two through, and if you can move the jack as well, you'd...
This is a good look.
Similar to this.
Good call, Connor. Didn't quite get it, though. Unlucky, mate. That's a great shot, and it makes it look so much different.
Yeah. Well, it's bowling the head now as well.
So, and there's access to sit that yellow bowl nice and clean now.
Yeah, Chris could play a similar shot.
Yep.
Move the jack, sit the bowl. And now that blue bowl doesn't look as bad as an obstacle.
It's almost a guide now.
It's a guide, yeah. I was going to say exact same thing. On the same wavelength, Clive.
That's good to see.
Not wasted. That jack gets moving. That black ball's going to be in a good spot.
And Chris has shown throughout the match that he can play these shots and plays them confidently.
And that is definitely confident.
He's close. He's close. He's got it clean as a whistle.
Without moving the jack as well.
And that all comes down to that third bowl of Brett's changing the head to give Chris that shot to play. Before that, he would have been searching up, trying to avoid that wide bowl. Didn't have to worry about it. Just played the shot.
What's really impressed me from Brett and Chris is their confidence to make these shots. There's been a few ends where it seems like there isn't really much on, and you'll think, oh, we'll just try and cut it down, we'll get something close. But they've got the confidence to make these shots, change the head, and it's paying dividends.
And backs it up with a perfect draw shot. Yes, great bowls. Covers up the jack.
Idham trying to sit on the blue, flop back, and he makes the one.
Well, he's swooping back.
It's not too far away. Oh, he's got the hole.
Did he get the gap? What?
Oh, that is so unfortunate for the Malaysians.
Play that again 50 more times and get that. And you wouldn't get that gap. That's incredible.
So once again, what was looking like a bad end for Chris and Brett, they've turned it around and could pick up another number.
There's a little ride off the outside there too. That's going to bring him right back. I think he was pretty good regardless, but the little ride brought him right in nicely. A little smile on his face as well, so he's happy with that work. And 3 shots it is, 15-8 the lead to Chris Ryan and Brett Hochkins. And as we saw there, just great teamwork. Doesn't matter whether it didn't matter that Brett didn't get shot with his last bowl then, but what he did is he left Chris with a shot to play. All right, 4 ends to go, 7 shots the difference. We're at 11:15 local time. We've got until 11:15.
11:15, yep. 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It's going to be tight.
Next game will be starting at 11:45.
Of course, you only have to have started the last end to complete it,
yep.
So you don't have to have completed that end.
As
so
soon as the jack is rolled, the end will go ahead.
I think we'll be right on the nose of the time, I reckon. Brett might have just overdone this one a little bit with his first. I think this will make all the way to the ditch. Just drops in. Vickery might suffer the same fate here.
Well, they've been going...
It might be that breeze you were talking about, Connor. Either that or they both had too much weight.
They've been matching bowls all game, and They've matched it once again, just on the bank this time. It's a friendly game.
All right, well, has he got the jack with this one? Just drops under. Great shot.
That's a great correction.
Chris was off the rink, came back and realised there wasn't a Leeds bowl on the rink. And this one might be finding a nice little home on that last blue. Just catches a little edge and drops in for shot. Well, as you said, Connor, they've matched up their bowls.
Yeah.
Very, very pleasant conditions to play bowls in at the moment. Sun's out. It's just a light breeze. Nothing that's affecting the bowls too much.
Does it make you want to go out there?
Nice, comfortable conditions. Yeah.
Have a roll, put one down. That wind keep pushing, Brett. It's pretty good.
Well, it's still one to Malaysia, and if Fickrick can nail it again here, who knows, there might still be a bit of sting in the tail. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Great shot. It's right on the front of it for a couple.
So the Malaysian team, they haven't led at any point in this game. 7 shots behind. 4 ends of play, or 3.5 now.
Chris already walking back from this one. He knows he hasn't quite given it the journey. So, opportunity for Idham. Wants to add another one without turning that front yellow shot bowl off the line. His guide will be that back blue bowl.
Yeah, if you can sit on that back blue, he makes another shot, covers well.
Not quite here either. Well, Chris felt that was better out of the hand. You could see from his body language that he felt this was better out of the hand. Is he running? What a fair effort that was.
It's close to second.
You could see the moment he let it go, he liked it.
You can really see the green speeding up. Just kept trickling along.
John Siteman just arriving. Fantastic supporter of the AO.
Loves his
Him and
bowls.
his mum. They just love getting over here for this event.
Every year. Make the trip down from Canada.
I don't know about that line. I think he's just laid up on it a little bit. Jeez, we are in the presence of greatness. Matty Flapper just going past as well. Great man that he is. He'll be back in action coaching the Geelong Jets, no doubt.
You'd expect so. After winning the last BPL, they'll be looking to go back-to-back.
Of course, that comes up in November. Another one to put in your diaries if you want to get to a bowls event. You can't go wrong there at the BPL.
It's a busy calendar.
Just hold on. Not quite. So that is going to be 2, we believe. Just get confirmation of that. Might just check the second.
Just what the Malaysian team needs. Just can get them to double figures. They're only 5 behind. They make it 2 an end to get the wind. Here's the 2.
15-10, 5 the difference, 3 to play.
It's 2 an end required for the Malaysian duo to win this game.
See, and that sounds all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lose one end, you almost can't do it. And that's the precarious situation that they find themselves in now.
Yeah, if you lose an end, then you're really
suddenly you're needing 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're chasing
on each end. Remembering 6 is the maximum. There's only 6 bowls, so Fikri has found the ditch with the first one. Yeah, it's one of those ones that sounds simple enough. 2 an end, yeah, it's doable. We can do 2 an end.
Yeah.
But you can't afford to lose an end along the way.
Brett's taking a very tight line.
Yeah, he didn't quite get that one away the way he would have liked to think. He does have a very deliberate sort of backswing that goes outside his body. Just occasionally doesn't quite get back across his body. Having said that, both of those leads have played very well.
Yeah, it seems like when one doesn't get close, the other doesn't get close. But when one gets close, the other gets close. It's like they've been kind to each other. It's like, oh, it was a bad bowl. I'll bowl a bad bowl as well.
Switch of hands for Brett. He's going to need this to hang on now, because we know you'll get some bend up there. There it goes. Weight was very good.
Vickery's just not getting that bend. Holding out. So it's a bit of a loose end from these two leads at the moment. They've been all class so far in this game.
I think that looks like a good line for Brett. So how's the weight? Not quite there. Well, it comes down to the skippers. Still plenty of room. Wondering why we've gone quiet. We're sitting about 3.5 metres behind where they're releasing the bowl at the moment. So backhand with the yellow coming up. This is fairly well played if it's got the journey. It seems to run all the way now. Well, he's got through the yellow, so that'll work.
That's definitely one. We say to an end. Chris has been deadly with his weighted shots.
He's been particularly good up here on this forehand side in this direction too. Has he got the blue bowl coming up? Is he just under? He's under, and the jack. That'll do it. Brett lets him know that he's happy with it too.
Chris he's just been playing at metre overweight the whole game. It's been working for him, and I think on this speed it's been pretty good.
I think the Malaysians need to attack this. That's a tough draw shot. I think he needs to look to trail the jack into the ditch.
Selected to go for the draw.
Yeah, that's a really hard shot. Even if he plays it perfectly, he runs into the blue and he doesn't get shot. So I'd have liked to see him play aggression. They did discuss it. Yes, they might only be able to get one by doing that. I mean, it might have been an opportunity to get two if he got it and then was able to draw it.
Chris,
I'd like to see him have two shots at it. Yeah. Sorry, Connor.
Chris drawing for third. Just got a bit of news in the chat from Ian Lean saying congrats to the Wangi lads, Bray Dare and Nick Coburn, who was an ex-Australian soccer player.
Yeah, I recognise the name.
Yep, defeated Luke Jones and Aaron Tees.
Wow.
Someone else is saying Omar lost. Let's quickly refresh.
That Coburn is spelled C-O-B-U-R-N, isn't it? Is that right?
C-O-U, yep.
Yeah.
B-U-R-N. Socceroos got a good win yesterday.
Certainly did.
Have a quick look at this draw.
So now we see the aggression. I'd have liked to see him play that twice. I think they just missed a trick there with the second bowl, which should have been an aggressive shot.
Chris wasting no time on the mat. He knows what he needs to do. Add a fourth and really put a nail in his coffin.
Yeah, he's not there. But 3 shots is huge in this moment. 18-10 now, 2 ends to play. And, of course, if the Victorian combo win the end or only drop 1, then that will be game over. No sectional play anymore, so knockout it is. On the dot of 11 o'clock local time.
So Ali Forsyth has been knocked out. Brendan Egan and Ali Forsyth lost to Darren and Brandon Beattie. Father-son duo from Club Pine Rivers. Yeah, so here's the Nicholas Coburn, Bray Dare, 16-15 over Luke Jones, Aaron Tees.
Wow. Well, that's the first big upset of the day.
Jacob and Kane Nelson, they have lost to Cody Marshall and Josh Marshall.
That would have been an interesting matchup.
Yep, 18-14 that was. So Jacob and Kane, last year's finalists, gone.
You can Never take anything for granted in a game of bowls.
Well, Cody Marshall and Josh Marshall, they've been very good in the pairs. They defeated Nick Carl and Carl Healy in the sectional as well.
Some of the Malaysian crew turning up. Balkus that we featured on Rinkside Live yesterday. Here to support teammates. It might be a bit of a forlorn support for this one.
Oh, good to see Lee Munnings and Phil Irons scrape through by one shot.
Got a vested interest in that one, do you, mate?
I do. They're over at Musgrave Hill. Dad was telling me last night he rolled his ankle just walking around yesterday.
Oh, that's promising.
He was asking, "Oh, can you fill in for me?"
What are you going to say? Did you say I'm in?
He said, "Do you want to fill in?" I'm like, "I have to work." Love to.
Just looking for a little guide to go by. It's Brett. As I look up just to the right-hand side of where these bowls being played from, I think I can see our two singles finalists walking along together. Jamie Lee Worsnop and Cassandra Millerick up the far end.
I can?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great shot from Brett.
So Berto 2027 saying Geordie Thompson and Chris O'Neill defeated Aaron Sheriff and Shannon McRoy by one shot. I did look at Bowls Link and it hasn't been finalised yet, so take it with a grain of salt. I'll keep refreshing while this game's going. Nope, I just refreshed and it has been confirmed. Christopher O'Neill and Jordan Thompson defeated Shannon McRoy and Aaron Sheriff.
So, one of our posters, you can take it more than with a grain of salt, surely. Great shot there from Fikri. But the Malaysians need more than one to keep this match going. One will not be enough. So at the moment, no real urgency for Brett and Chris, although just a little caught a little edge underneath that. He was very, very close.
Chris Ryan has been so accurate with these little weighted shots. Always looks in the zone.
Now, what that has done is opened up a little path to the blue bowl now for Idham. So he probably needs to look there. He needs to look forehand, try and just land on the blue bowl, outdraw it. Must find at least two to keep this match going into the final end. Well, Fikri's suggested backhand. Don't know that I agree with that, but anyway, that's where they're going to go.
Last year's champions, Corey Wedlock and Gary Kelly, they defeated Keanu Darby and Nathan Black. 20 shots to 13.
Wow, that would have been another great match. Some good games going on around the place. We're only in the round of 128.
Travis Moran and Kobe Cromie, they've lost to Mark Burgess and Nathan Dinning, 19-18.
Some close games around the place as well.
So apparently Aaron Sheriff lost on an extra end.
Now, this hand does hold a little. Is it going to hold enough to create shot? Not quite.
It's a great effort.
But, well, the thing is, as I say, Victoria essentially holding game by only being one down at the moment. This is well played. What a great shot. Well, that's 2.
The game is still live. They score a 2. We go another end. It's nearly worth just Chris trundling up through there, raking through their head, removing something.
It's going to be under. So it feels like we are going the full journey. Unless something strange happens with this last bowl, we're going the full journey, and it's going to be perfection required from the Malaysians. All the other games on this green have been completed.
Yep, so once again, Rinkside Live, we bring you all the action, go right to the buzzer.
2 it is. 6 shots the difference as we go into the final end.
So a full count required for the Malaysian pair to send it to an extra end.
Again, as we talked about last night, you need to consider where you land your first bowl. You get 1 shot at this. First bowl can't be short.
That wind has just
Now,
picked up as well.
That's basically ended the game. There's no way that can end up in the count.
All Brett really needs to do is stay on the green.
And you just don't want to hit that ball. Just needs to clear the ball. Just manages to do so.
And it's pretty good.
When you don't have the option to kill, that first bowl is so crucial when you need 6. I mean, even if you need 4, it's still crucial. That's a nice recovery.
So 11:45 is our next matchup. I'll look, see if I know who it is. And
Great shot from Brett.
He's got the hat off from Chris, the twirl. So I can tell you that we'll have Stuart Forbes and Corey Hicks.
Okay.
On our rig next. I'm not sure who they're playing.
South Australians.
Stuart Forbes, he's went pretty deep into singles.
Yeah, family of players. Stuart with Adam, his brother, plays as well. Both very good players.
Not sure if he's still in singles.
And Corey, of course. Well, that's they're a family as well, the Hicks boys. So
Charlie,
yeah.
all state representatives.
Mm.
So,
we don't have their opposition yet.
no, TBD.
Okay. Look at that finish from Brett. He'll go to lunch very happy with that finish.
So Stuart Forbes actually lost to Idham in the singles in the quarter-finals yesterday. Oh, no, the round of 6, sorry.
Right, okay.
So made it pretty deep.
Was he on the coverage earlier in the week? I thought so. Yeah.
Stuart?
Yeah.
Must have been my day off.
Right.
I think it's my day off.
I'm pretty sure he was on for the men's singles. Of course, we take whoever comes to the rink, so that's the way this part of it works. It's a good shot from Idham, but as I say, we're just counting down to the finish of this one now. There's no way they can get that short bowl into the count. As long as the Victorian combo don't pump it up for them.
Okay, so the other matchup, so the other team in our next stream game will be the winner of Scott De Jong and Clinton Bailey versus Gary Mills and Indy Conlon.
Okay, that's interesting because that game will be finished.
They have completed, so I'm just waiting for the scores to go through in Bowls Link.
But regardless, we've got a big match coming up. That'll be a really good match. Whoever gets through there. Another good shot. That's well played.
Brilliant from Idham. Unfortunately, the damage has been done. So Chris isn't going to play his last. He's just told us he'd drawing to make a third and just falling short and hands are shook.
Yep, I think that's 2 shots to the Malaysians. It matters little if it wasn't 6, and that is a very, very good performance by Brett Hochkins and Chris Ryan. Chris Ryan in particular playing some big shots when they mattered early, and then Brett was really solid down the stretch in the lead spot. And the leaders had a good battle, but it was Chris Ryan. I think that there was a 3 down that he turned into a 2 up earlier in the match. That was a big shot, and he had command of the rink for those conversion shots.
Yeah, he was very good. His weighted shots were superb and really put a dent in it as Brett Hochkins gives us a thumbs up. Well done, mate. Well done.
Congratulations, Brett.
He was superb in the lead possession. That's all from Clive Adams and myself. We'll be back at 11:45, which is in just half an hour exactly, for the matchup between Stuart Forbes and Corey Hicks versus Scott De Jong and Clinton Bailey. So that confirmation just came through.
Looking forward to that one, Connor. That'll be a really, really good match. So don't miss that one, everyone. Come back and join us.
Half an hour. Alex, thank you.